I want to talk about the death of Charlie Kirk. What many people watching this might not know is that you appeared on a panel with him, and just before you came out, have a listen to what Charlie said about you.
So we have Graham Hood from Australia. He's traveled all the way from
Australia. I love this guy. He's great. He has amazing testimony. How are you? Yeah.
Graham, how has his death affected you?
A month roster in advance. And most of the time I was senior enough to be able to keep to myself, you know what I'm giving.
Sorry, Graham, how has his death affected you?
Very hard. Very hard, mate. I think the video's still playing. You may not be hearing me, but very hard.
I can see it. I didn't realise it would be so emotional for. I mean, you've met him, you've worked with him. It is. We're talking about a political assassination. It's shocking that these kind of events happen.
There's only one other assassination I think had as much effect around the world, and that was JFK. But this one I think is even going further than that. It's polarised a whole lot of people around what's really important in the world now. Charlie Kirk, I spent an hour backstage with him. It was basically one-on-one, him and me. And he wanted to listen. He listened to my story. He wanted to, he was writing a Christian book on Sabbath keeping, and I'm a Sabbath keeper, and he wanted insights from me, and I gave them in that video on the couch with him, and he actually listened. And my last memory of him was after we left the stage. He's a very tall man, and he towered above his minders, and his minders were bundling up to get him out. He was always under threat. And as they were pushing him out the door to get into a car to get away, he kept pointing back at me and he said, "You're the real deal. I want to keep talking to you. I need to keep talking to you, especially about this book. Please stay in touch with me." And I was planning to catch up with him in March next year when I go back to Arizona. Oh, wow. And we were going to talk. And so I was deeply touched by a 31-year-old man because his heart was in the right place. His heart was very, very special.
It's interesting what you say, that he just wanted to listen, because that whole panel discussion, there'd be some panelists who have a bit more notoriety that would be jumping in while you're trying to tell your story. He doesn't do that. He actually did listen. But does his assassination make you reconsider your own safety when speaking at rallies? I mean, we're now getting into scary territory where people are being killed for their opinions.
Yeah, and that's what's really sad. Now, look, I have been threatened before where police were involved in my protection. I won't go into any more detail than that. But I'm a man of faith. I have real faith, and that's why I do the things I do. I'm not doing this because I want notoriety. I believe as a Christian man that Jesus is coming soon, and I want to prepare and shed as much compassion around the world as I can in whatever capacity I have. And so when anyone threatens me, I go, that's fine. Because I don't need protection. I put my faith in God. And so I look, on the weekend, a lot of people wanted me not to go because they said, you're taking a huge risk. And my approach was, well, evil doesn't want us to speak compassion and love into this country. And that's why evil is taking out good people who are speaking the truth. And that's why Charlie Kirk was taken out, mate, honestly, because Charlie realised that Jesus died for him, and Charlie died for Jesus the other day, because he loved Jesus, and that was the story. And I know a lot of people are going to, cringe when I say that, but that's how it is for me. If evil is going to threaten me to stop me from speaking, they're only going to embolden me even more. So I think a lot of people are saying these days, I am Charlie Kirk. I mean, I'm not a patch on Charlie Kirk, but I tell you, my name's Graham Hood, and my spirit is in Charlie Kirk. And
that's interesting.
Sorry, I won't be silenced.
As I jump in. Sorry, Graham.
I didn't mean you.
No, I know. One of the things that gets me, there's a lot I didn't agree with Charlie Kirk on, right? Whether it's abortion, whether it's gay, or, a lot of issues I did not agree with him on.
Sure.
But I do not believe that anyone should be killed for their political opinions. I just think it's crazy. And one of the things that has shocked me is how happy people have been about his death, and especially when they point to his the comments he's given about school shootings and guns and things like that. And they've actually turned on people on the left. These are people on the left who have shown compassion for him and his family. They've been trolled and people have attacked them. I don't understand the mentality here.
I don't. And see, that's the most concerning thing for me. And that's the reason Charlie Kirk was so outspoken about everything. There's a palpable sense of evil. We're not in a battle between red and blue and far left and far right. We're in a battle between good and evil. And anyone who doesn't see that now is missing the point. And the evil exists on both sides of the paradigm. It does.
Agreed.
And that's what's most frightening, Rob, is that people would laugh and have parties because someone was assassinated. I mean, that just beggars belief to me. I mean, George Floyd's death got more traction and there was much more traction than Charlie Kirk did. And it just goes to show where the narratives are leaning. And that's
When
what
you
we've
say
got to
that,
fight.
on a traction point of view, I mean, Charlie Kirk, it has been reported there hasn't been violence like there was with George Floyd, but it's certainly been a topic of discussion and newscasts around the world. What?
That's what I was talking about, the violence. But here's the thing, though. Here's the thing, though, Rob. Charlie Kirk wouldn't want any violence around his death. He wouldn't want it. He'd be adamantly
but the
against
violence is an interesting one because those on the right have accused the left and the Democrats of being the party of hate. But this kind of rhetoric where people are labeling the other side fascists. I mean, it's both sides, isn't it? This isn't restricted to one side.
Well,
you just made the point that it's both sides.
Well, you've got to have a lot of hate in your heart to label somebody else as filled with hate.
Yeah.
It's diabolical. The whole thing is just, like people argue about Palestine, Israel. And while they're arguing, kids are dying on both sides of the border. So we instead of arguing over who's right, we should be saying, stop the killing. I'm pro-life. I'm not pro-Israel or pro-Palestine. I'm pro-life. And I'm not pro-Ukraine or pro-Russia. I'm pro-life. While all this argy-bargy is going on, innocent people are being destroyed.
Just quickly, Graham, will you be going to Charlie Kirk's funeral?
I wish I could, but no, I won't be. I won't be going, but I know some people who are. I know somebody who's going to be laying a Club Grubbery wreath at the funeral. But I'll be there in spirit. I think the world has lost an amazing man. Polarising, yes, he was, but at the root cause of everything he stood for, he was for compassion and healing, and he did a lot of good for a lot of young people. And some people are upset, sure, but the fact that people are cheering and laughing, I mean, they need to reflect on that.
No, and I agree with you because whatever side of politics you are, I just can't understand that kind of thing. This was a guy who just said his viewpoint. He wasn't killing people. He wasn't in charge of nuclear arsenal or anything like that. He was a guy just giving his view, and people thought that was worth silencing. Hey, Graham, you mentioned it, but you are the co-host of Club Grubbery with former paramedic John Larter. Just go to clubgrubbery.com.au for all the details. Graham, really do appreciate you coming back on McKnight tonight.
Mate, I love it, and I really love your passion. I love that you're getting out there and you're creating a difference by doing this program. As you say, we may not disagree on everything, but I acknowledge your right to do what you're doing, and I know you acknowledge mine, and that's
Absolutely.
how this works. And I'll come on anytime you want me to come on, Rob.
Good on you, Graham, and I'll do the same with you. Thanks very much for your time.
God bless you, mate. Bye-bye.
Fun, insightful interviews from a washed-up producer with nothing to lose. McKnight tonight. It's good night from McKnight tonight.